help.
just voicing that, or are they doing something?
They have a graphic organizer
Okay.
that they're, do you have one out somewhere?
I don't know where I put mine.
Mine's all jacked up.
Eric cleaned my desk for me today.
It's like, it just says like, it's a box that says main topic at the top, and then there's 3 boxes, one for each of the key, there you go.
That's my child that hasn't been here though.
So we discuss it as a group. I think the first day for the key detail, I discussed it as a whole group. I think today I'm gonna have them, like Kagan share in their mini groups, in their smaller groups, about what do you guys think the main topic was of what we read today, and then write it down.
It's just
Well,
so
but
hard
there's not
because
a main topic every single day.
Or
It's
not
a
main
different-
topic, I meant key detail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
the
said.
topic is gonna last you for those couple
Yeah.
of days.
So, yeah, I meant key
Right,
detail,
so
but I
it's
said the wrong
key
thing,
detail
you're right.
from what we read, okay.
And
About
every
the key
single,
detail.
my just thing is, even for 4th graders, this is the hardest thing for them to get. And it always goes back to, they don't understand what is an important detail. They don't.
Yeah.
Like, they go back and even to write a paragraph, they'll choose details from other places. So then that makes me go back and say, well, then how do they find details that are important? How do they know that within this sentence on page 59, that the topic is storms, when it talks about tornadoes, hurricanes, dust storms? What about these storms are we supposed to know? That the topic is storms on page 59. So like being able for them to somehow take details and do something with that, I guess, is how
Yeah.
they do that. And then creating questions that allow them to
And
think that.
My question,
Right.
so even using storms, what is the main topic?
On
Storms?
page 59, it may be, exactly,
Or is
topic,
it storms are dangerous?
but see,
Well,
that's
that's-
main idea, that's main idea.
That's your point.
Topic
Topic is one or
storms.
2 words.
That's all you guys
So
have
how
to
do
do.
you
Topic
find-
is your noun, your person, your place, your thing, your animal. That's it, 1 or 2 words.
Okay.
What your point is that ties into it is what are you learning about storms? Storms are dangerous. Storms can cause damage.
Or on this page is literally, these are kinds of storms.
So just different, so then those details,
Or
so here's a
storms
topic,
can
a
be
storm.
different.
Those
Yeah.
details are, a thunderstorm is a storm, a tornado is a
Yes.
storm, a hurricane is a storm,
Yes.
and those are those key details.
And those
Yes,
are
or a
key.
thunderstorm has heavy rains. A tornado has a cone, you
No,
know.
it's
No,
literally
it's very-
just
this
storms.
is a kind of
A
storm.
tornado,
Okay.
whatever. But then that would be storms are dangerous because they have
Okay,
strong
for a
winds.
different thing, I
Because
get.
they have whatever. And then
And I think that's an
that's
important
totally different
discrepancy, yeah.
on 60. 60 is not about storms.
And
It's
I'll
about
tell you this,
measuring.
when we came down
So
to
then
some of
being
this
able
stuff,
to do
we
that.
decided as a team what we wanted our topic to be.
Exactly.
Like, because we
You
all
have
would come
to.
up and we're like, what's the topic? We'd all be like this,
Having
and we're
something
like,
different.
okay, so let's pick 2 that we're gonna focus on, so that way our kids are all, you know, kind of thinking
Yeah.
the same thing. Let's focus on, you know, 2, and then you get to, you know, go from there. And make
Because
that,
to me,
you want your kids
I
to
wouldn't
be
even-
accountable, but that way you
wouldn't
can
read
guide
page
them to
60.
think of
There's
it
no
that
doubt.
direction.
Because that also helps them pick out, this is the key detail for them, and this isn't. So for example, storms, a thunderstorm is a storm, but the fact that it has thunder and lightning is not what we're talking about right now.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's what makes it a relevant detail. What
Versus-
within that
yeah.
sentence is relevant and important.
It's almost like
That's
the
your-
elaboration part
Exactly.
of that, you know, that the kids do like in 3rd grade, they tell more about it.
So yes, that's a detail, but it's not our key detail right now.
Yeah.
So on Monday, so that would be your whole group, to me, that would be your whole group instruction, is filling out the graphic together. We're all filling this out together. This is not, this is. Why? That's that conversation they need to be having. Why is them having twisting wind, why is that not important to the topic? So being able to explain that.
It's
We
really
could-
breaking it down to be
We
that
could
simple.
drag this for 2 days, have 2 separate ones, cause like they pointed out, we have our kinds of storms, we could even bring in like, oh, the heading, our heading, let's focus on that as our main topic for
Actually, yeah.
today. So
Oh,
they
and
fill
tell
out
them
the
it's
whole
that.
chart here, and then like the next day be like, okay, look, we have a new heading, this is our new main topic.
No, don't do that.
But be careful,
Don't
because the
do that.
headings aren't always, you
Don't
know.
ever, cause then they
Oh.
come
Then
up to
that's all they're
fourth
gonna
grade,
think
then
of.
they,
True.
that's their, but that's important. Why is
You
that
could
purple?
say, can we
Why is
find
that
a word
popping out?
somewhere in there that, you know, or look in here, if I told you that your topic is gonna be one of these 3 words,
Okay,
could you tell me what words you think maybe it would be? Is it a word that's also repeated out throughout the text?
okay,
you know, and
Yes.
ask questions like that, because your topic should also be a word that you
It's
are
see a
repeated,
lot.
always.
Repeated.
Okay,
So
we could do
even-
that for both pages,
And
cause it's
even,
not measuring.
yep, and then even on that day, maybe even, I don't know, not highlight or, I don't know, cut up the sticky note, so every time with your partner, you see the word, something that's repeated, that means it happens more than once, put a sticky note by it. Oh my gosh, what word did we find? Oh, we have measure 3 times. How might that connect to what we know about topics? And then go on from there, or something like that,
Yeah.
using things like that. But being strategic, this is day 1, that's
Okay.
it, that's your whole group. Day 2,
Yeah, because you read the whole story and then during your whole thing, and then you focus that whole day on one page.
and then your graphic, only one of these, I wouldn't do this whole thing, I would make one and just have the topic, and then maybe even for the first day, or at some point, you're giving them details, like, break off these sentences in sentence strips, and then even saying with a partner, which one of these is a relevant detail? That would be my level 1. At the end of day 1, I want them to know what's important and what's not. That's all I want them to know.
And when you think about your assessment, you can, like what we used to give them the details and they had to decide where it belonged.
Exactly.
We would give them the main idea, like the topic and the point, and we give them the detail, and they had to pick the right details to put in it. So you can provide that, and then they have to analyze which ones am I gonna use to help them focus on those strong key details.
So just to clarify, a whole group in that type of lesson would look like a teacher read aloud, flat out, not an interactive teach aloud, just a read or.
Day 1, you're talking about day 1, right?
Day 1.
Day 1,
Just
just
a
to read
read
it.
aloud.
Which includes the engagement of an anchor chart that is specific with your level 1 target. Because you have to have those targets, they're so important. If you have a target and it's specific, then today this is what we are gonna hit. My anchor chart is gonna be about details, and I'm gonna tell you what's relevant and what's irrelevant, or what's important and what's not important. How do you identify those? Then I go into my read aloud. Then from that read aloud, I'm asking questions throughout just this sentence. Then go to my activity. How are they talking about what you just read? How are they incorporating what you just talked about? And then how are they showing what they learned right at the end of it? Has to have, yes, that I do, but that's explicit instruction. Get away from I do. Explicit instruction, we do, guided practice. And
Independent practice.
you do independent practice. Write that in your lesson plans and be specific, if that makes sense.
So if we could do it for 3 days, because if we do the first day is, we're focusing on that, the first half of this, or the first page of that story, or technically it's 2 pages, but,
Because
with
even within
finding-
this, storm, I don't know, storm again. Storm
Yeah.
would need,
So finding key
Storm
details, and then the second day, we do the other page of the measuring tools, key details. And then on Wednesday, we can,
That anchor chart can also be very
Doing-
similar to the graphic organizer.
We can do
Yes.
Usually is.
the
Okay.
the other
usually
part
use
of the
the
standard,
entire
which is
graphic
the
organizer, but we use the same
connections.
thing
I went to
throughout
Peter's
every
Usually you have the
single
whole
very
thing
end
and you
of the
cover up part of it,
until
so
they're
you're
ready.
only showing
Until
the
you've
part that you're
compared it
using.
to
And then the
something
next day you
else.
move it over
If
and
you're
expose
just
the
using
next
this
part.
text, they're not making a connection to anything. It's gotta be another text that has to do with storm.
because it's between two
Events.
ideas or events in a text, so in a single text, not between 2 texts.
Yeah, this isn't the one with 2 texts.
Oh, 2 event, okay, I'm sorry.
I know, that
Two
we, I know what
events.
standards you're thinking
Or
of.
2
I think
pieces
that's
of
it.
information within a text. So we have the piece of information that there are different kinds of storm, we have the piece of information about how we measure storms.
Okay, so we could say
So-
something about, then why do people measure storms or whatever? Why is it important that we measure storms?
Because they can be dangerous and,
Is there
Or
enough to
because-
imply that?
Or even to tie in, if they talk about measuring tools, we talk about storms, which of these measuring tools do you think that they might use during the thunderstorm? What would make
Okay.
the
That's a
most
good
sense? A rain gauge, would we use a thermometer during a thunderstorm, are
That's
we
a good
worried? You know, think about that, can we match
So
up
yeah,
one of these
measure,
tools
what types of tools are used
to
to
one of these
measure
storms?
different
They
types
all
of
have to match, we just gotta make one connection
Yeah.
somewhere, okay? What's gonna work and what's gonna connect?
Yeah, cause
Hold on
it
to
even
that
tells you,
correction.
they measure heat and cold, they measure